So Landmark is the first thing that we're going to be releasing. It's the gateway to EverQuest Next. It's going to be an opportunity for players to get in there and help us to build the actual game of EverQuest Next. We're going to be rolling features into it so that players can experience them as soon as we're ready for them to.
The new thing about Landmark, and the thing that's most special, is the fact that players can actually go into the world and literally edit everything. Not only is the environment destructible, but it's also constructible. You can take our tool, which works like a game, within the game, and you can build literally anything that you would see. You can reshape the side of a mountain. You can build a giant castle. You can build old historical things. You can copy architecture from the real world or do something completely out of your own imagination. One huge difference is the fidelity. So our tool, we use the word tool, but really what I'm talking about is the game. Our tool allows you to shape and smooth things. So we can make a perfect sphere in our game. You could make a perfect sphere that's huge, and then you could hollow it out and live inside it, or build whatever you wanted to out of it. Very powerful. It's fast to build. Our tools go beyond what you've seen in games like Minecraft, for instance, or other cube-building games, where you can copy, you can templatize large structures, and you can plunk them down in other places very rapidly, so you can build a wall around a city very quickly.
Not only can you share the things that you've built with your friends, but you can build with your friends. So we actually support cooperative building. So I own part of the world, and I can give you, my friend, permissions to be able to build with me. So we can work together to make something. Or if I made something that you like, I can actually give that to you, or I could sell it to you as well.
And neither one of you have to worry about me coming along and wrecking anything that you've done, because I don't have permissions to what the two of you have built.
An economy is the backbone of any MMO, and Landmark and EverQuest Next are both MMOs, so they will absolutely have economies in them that players can participate in. One of the things we're announcing here at Gamescom is the fact that players are going to be able to buy and sell real estate in our worlds for Landmark. So they'll actually be able to participate in that, and there will be an economy around that amongst the other things that are part of the game as well.
So you could claim land in Landmark, and you could build on it, and then you could take it and sell it to someone else.
Like in real life?
Yes. Exactly.
Exactly in real life.
Yeah. Cool. Obviously, the world, we have tiers of depth, so the standard overhead map is not something that would work for a game that we're making. We're going to have to deliver something new to players, and we'll be talking about that in the future, the exact details of it, but it's not just going to be a standard overhead map. You will be able to expand your claims to encompass more areas so that you can build larger things. That is something that we will absolutely support in our game. Within a continent, it is completely seamless. But there will be opportunities and there will be places where you will need to zone or load between different, drastically different areas. We haven't announced the details of the size of our world, but the technology would allow for unlimited. Whether or not we do or not is something that we'll announce in the future.
I'm very lucky. I got to work on EverQuest back in its heyday. My motivation was that I didn't start out in the business as a game developer. I was the highest level player in the entire world in the game of EverQuest when it was playing in beta. I fell in love with EverQuest as a player, and that's how I got involved in the industry. So for me, it was the realization of a dream opportunity. Working on EverQuest has been literally the foundation of my entire career in the games business. Very exciting.
I was a huge EverQuest fan before I came to Sony Online, and it's actually the reason I came to work at the company. I came about 5 years after the release of EverQuest, but I started on that team, and so I got to expand that world. And when the opportunity came around to start working on the project for what is now called EverQuest Next, it was a dream opportunity for me. I can't imagine working in a different industry or honestly working on a different game right now. This game has all of us, the entire team, extremely excited. The details of the game that we've announced and what we're talking about here, I think it's captured everybody's imagination the same way it captured ours when we first started talking about it.
Absolutely. Yeah. We've had ideas for many years, even going back to the original EverQuest, that we're finally getting executed on now. Very exciting.
I honestly believe that we have included almost everything that we've dreamed of in a game inside of EverQuest Next.
Without giving Terry any gray hair, any more
some.
gray hair, I think I am probably responsible for a significant amount of that gray hair. It would not be fair of me, in all honesty, to ask for anything more. I have everything that I ever want on the list.
Yeah.
So far.
When Jeff started on the team, I was the technical director on the team before I moved into the producer role, and so Jeff and I worked very closely on some of the original ideas behind EverQuest Next. And I'll admit, Jeff did give me a few gray hairs along the way, but it's all been worth it.
For sure.